Hey everyone, what's shaking? This is justANIMEzing and welcome back to yet another video. Trying to become more consistent and I hope you guys can appreciate that. As seen from the title below, we are going to go over, in my opinion, what are the top 6 most tragic, cry, tear-inducing, testicle-crunching anime to ever be made. However, I will say one small caveat is that not only did I do what anime are the saddest, and will, if you don't bring tears at least the end episode or the last episode of some of these, you're a psychopath. But also like the anime that I think are the best made, very well done, and overall are good anime, along with being sad. Right into the video. Starting with number 6, we have Plastic Memories. So Plastic Memories is set in an alternate reality where they have these like AI, humanoids that they use for help jobs, help work, government tasks and things of that nature. And here we have the human protagonist, I forget his name. He gets paired with one of these humanoid AI android type creatures. I'm just gonna say creatures, and they work together and perform their jobs. However, this particular robot has something like a semblance of like a type of soul. They're very abnormal, and slowly they form kind of like a romance or relationship. But then they also have to deal with the reality of their differences and how the future is going to affect them. And it is tear-jerking. The last couple episodes should make you cry. It is terribly, terribly, terribly sad. But at the same time, the rest of the anime has a great pace. That everything, like in the anime, there's funny moments. It has a good mix of funny, serious, sad. Highly recommend that. Coming in at number 5, saddest anime on my list. And yes, I am getting this title correct. It is actually called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Weird title, correct? Maybe zombie? Not zombie. Story is about a girl who is suffering through a terminal disease. She has a pancreatic illness, and she doesn't tell anyone. No one knows except for her parents. No one at all. And her days are very, very, very much numbered. But one day, one of her classmates finds her notebook or her diary, which details all of her struggles and the fact that she has this disease. And now he knows her secret. And together, they start interacting with each other now, obviously, since he knows her secret. And they're helping each other. She's helping him become more open and more social because he's antisocial. I don't even think he ever tells her his name. And in return, he is helping her cross things off her bucket list. And it is a beautifully done anime. It's again, it's funny, it's a good mix of like slice of life, but at the same time they're doing all of this while knowing her fate and that every day she has one less day to live, and it is hauntingly amazing. And I think this is a must watch if you enjoy sad themed anime. 4, and this is where things start getting very, very heartbreaking, is Anohana. Anohana is generally about a group of friends when they were younger, were very close together, and one of them died in an accident. I believe her name was Menma. And the story features around years later, Menma's ghost comes back, and they're trying to bring all the friends back close together, and they were once, or like as they were once really close together, now they're all far apart, dealing with their own things, and the main character is actually a recluse at this point. And the ending is brutal. But again, it's another extremely well done anime. The character development is astounding. The relationship development, or not even development, but just how they portray and detail their relationships and their interactions, and how each person is handling the situation, I would say, or how they approach this entire series is extremely well done. And I would recommend that. I know it's rated very highly by many people. If you enjoy kind of like a supernatural, sad, a little bit of romance thing, watch Anohana. Number 3 on this list, Angel Beats. Angel Beats is it's an interesting anime. It's an interesting mix of genres. It's a mix of supernatural and school life, where, I don't know if this would be a spoiler. This may be a spoiler, so kind of take it as you may. Is the main character is like in a purgatory type place where there are a lot of kids, like high school, like the same age, and they're like just living a school life, and they're like waging war against this like angel. And the main character is just trying to figure out everything that's going on. He's not sure what's happening. Like, he doesn't remember what happened to him. It's just kind of a blank slate, like most people there. And at the end, he finally has this realization at the most heart-wrenching of times, and he remembers, and what he remembers plays into the current relationships and with the people who are also there, and just how that connects is mind-blowing. And if you don't cry, I think you gotta cry. It takes the manliest man to try to not shed a tear, and even then he probably won't, especially that last episode. It is beyond devastating, but at the same time you'll feel it's a complete series. It is complete, or it's a complete anime. Number 2, I think, is the newest of all of these anime, and one of my favorites in general. Probably like my top 20 list is Your Lie in April. And it features around a young man who was a piano prodigy. They called him the metronome. He could play anything, right on track. He's won many, many awards. People thought he's the next thing in piano, next thing in all classical music. But his mom died from an illness, and after that he could no longer hear the notes he plays. He would hear it for the first 10, 20 seconds, then it would just be gone, and he could no longer hear what he was playing. And he stopped playing the piano altogether after that. But the story revolves around this young, cheerful girl who comes into his life, and she's a violinist, and she's bringing him back to play the piano, and it's about their developing relationship, and the relationship with the main character's friends as well. There's 4 of them, and the art is super pretty, it's super unique, beautiful art, beautiful story, and you won't truly get teary-eyed until the last couple episodes, but you can kind of get the gist of what's happening. And I feel like the inevitable creeping up of you knowing what's happening is what truly makes it sad, and it's going to be forever one of my top anime. just the art, the story, the ending, it's complete once again. But you're never gonna feel good about how it ends because it's so sad. It's called Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, or Your Lie in April. I highly recommend it. Finally, number 1 on the list, and this one is gut-wrenching. It's the 2nd season of an anime, but it is gut-wrenching. It is Clannad After Story. So the first Clannad is a romance anime, and it's very good on its own. Very good romance anime. Clannad After Story, though, like these previous anime I've mentioned, you probably won't cry until like the last episode of those. Or maybe you won't even cry at all if you're really tough or really prepared for it. But this, it's like the hand of God reaches into you and squeezes your heart to make you cry. It is so... it's just so saddening, and it's just... it makes you feel like the world is crumbling and you don't know what's right or what's wrong, and you don't know why things like that would happen. Like, why would something like this happen? And that goes on for the last 4 or 5 episodes of Clannad After Story, where you're just thinking why, and you're left there in your own tears. You're left there wondering what's next, and it is, like I said, it's literally like the world is dragging you down as you just cry, and like you just the sense of loneliness is insane. And the reason why it's number 1 is because it's so sad, but at the same time, it makes you feel these things so genuinely. It's one of the best anime ever made, and I know it's very highly ranked on like my anime list. It will always be watch Clannad, then watch Clannad After Story, and then tell me you didn't cry, because you're not a person. You can, like, I'm getting a little emotional just remembering it and talking about it. It is truly a tragic masterpiece. Okay, I have now recovered enough to end the video, and I would like to say thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you watch some of these. And if you do or have seen them, feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about them and whether or not you cried. Thank you for watching once again. Have a great day.